All right, hello there. We have the OTS Championship Great White Champion, North Alton. What did you play today?
So I was just on Branded BYSTIAL today. I think it's the best deck of the format right now. It has the most options to like board breakers and interaction with your opponent. And I'm just not satisfied with the boards that Cashier puts up.
And
so
you only lost like one game today, basically.
Yeah, I lost one game that was completely winnable if I just remembered using my BYSTIAL monsters earlier.
Yeah.
Other than that, I only lost one match, and that was winnable, and everything else was just easy. So
perfect. Alrighty, so let's get into the profile here and see what you got.
So yeah, I'll just go by quickly, just make it fast.
Yeah,
so,
we know the
3 Albert.
Yep.
We got 2 Albaz.
Pretty standard.
We got 2 Tri-Brigade Courier.
Oh, okay. You like the 2 of those?
Yeah, it just, you have the Rinberm, the Tri-Brigade Fusion, and the extra deck, so having 2 is just good for like some of the combo lines.
I see.
And then it's also a good hand trap to have.
Yeah, I gotcha. 2 of the newer card. Yeah.
Blazing Cartesia. This is the card that lets you play, in my opinion, lets you play through Ash Blossom and your Branded Fusions. So this, and I play the 3 Fusion deployment to grab out Blazing Cartesia.
Yeah, that card's nuts.
It's like a must to just get, just to have any plays after an Ash Blossom on your Branded Fusion.
For sure.
And then I also play a BYSTIAL engine here. So yeah, just small BYSTIAL. So Sornier, Magmont, and then Lubellion.
Okay.
Pretty standard there.
Would you say you'd play more for like if there's a lot of branded matchup? Or no?
No. I just a lot of times you don't need. If BYSTIALs become bigger and like there's a deck that you want to hit stuff, then yeah, you can play them. But right now, this engine's just good enough. You can even like cut the Magmont if not that needed.
Okay.
I also forgot. Yeah, I got 2 Tragedy here.
Yeah, pretty standard stuff.
Ad Lib, Spriggan's Kit. This I'm actually planning on cutting. It's not super necessary. I'm at 42 cards, and this is just an extra, basically, Albert that I don't really need.
Yeah, I gotcha.
And then, of course, Albion, Dragon. You can send this off of the new Grand Goal, the Blazing Cartesia Fusion.
Yeah.
To just set up, it helps you play around Ash Blossom. And then speaking about Ash Blossom, I also play 3 Ash Blossom myself.
Only hand trap and main.
Only hand trap. And, technically Mercurius was a hand trap, but I also feel like, I prefer to play board breakers to get through stuff, and Branded has a lot of options to play against established boards.
Ah, yes.
So then for my spells, I got the 3 Opening and the 3 Fusion.
Yep, pretty standard.
Gotta play them. They're good cards for a reason. I play 3 Allure, so this is kind of just like I'm trying to dig to find my outs to Ash Blossom or to get into my pieces more, and I don't really care about bashing Dark Monsters so much. I just need to see more cards in my deck.
Did it ever die? Did you ever miss on the?
Yeah, I missed once.
Oh.
And I pretty much just missed once, and it's like my hand wasn't good enough to do anything. It's like, okay, I'm done. Like if I hit one of it, it would have been fine.
Oh, okay.
But that was only once today, and then every other time it was just super gas, or I don't even need it, and it's just discard fodder.
I gotcha. Perfect.
And then I also play, obviously, one brand lost, grab it from Lubellion. I got a branded white as well.
Okay.
You can combo into white as well to make it a Miracle Fusion. But it could be cut. Like, there's an argument I think you can make to cutting this, because like not all the combo lines want to go into branded white. Especially if your opponent has interruptions, branded white isn't super needed. Of course, branded red. You just play it so you can combo off of Albion. Call it Grave to beat the Ash and other stuff. Call it Grave so really powerful.
Oh yes.
Then my Board Breaker and Ash Bait. Kind of my pseudo Ash out with Book of Eclipse. Because against Cashier, of course, outs the board lets you play. Against other decks too, like against chapters and stuff, you can flip their monsters face down before they make their first link. And a lot of times people will shotgun Ash Blossom on this immediately, which lets you then play your Branded Fusion later on.
So I gotta ask, did somebody like immediately Ash one of those and then you Branded Fusion?
No, what happened is I went, break their board, they ashed it, and I had the second one. I was like...
And then,
And then Branded Fusion.
And then Branded Fusion, yeah.
So
Shout out to Scarlon.
So, they had the Ash, but I also had 2 Book of Eclipse and Branded Fusion, so it didn't matter. And then the 2 traps to ground out before 2 cards. I played the Retribution, grab back the Branded Fusion from the graveyard. And I played the Branded Beast to grab off of Lubellion, which then can grab you the Branded Lost.
Ah, I see. Okay. And then we got the extra deck. So 42, you're thinking probably slim it down a little bit,
Definitely,
maybe
it can be
trim the
down.
fast.
A lot of the stuff isn't needed, and a lot of times the brand, like the whole idea, I think with this brand deck is that you're not bulking it up with all the extra branded cards. You're keeping it nice and slim and keeping the combos precise. Like your combo lines aren't exuberant, but they're good value, and it's very easy to adjust on the fly depending on what your opponent does. So we'll go. Also, you got play 2 Mirror Jade. I played 2 Albion, 2 Lebellion. Pretty standard.
Pretty standard combo engine, yeah.
Yeah. A lot of times now, because you have Lebellion, because you can send Lebellion off of Albion, you want to keep Albion in the field to send some of the Lebellion back, and then he gets affected in the end phase. I think that's just absolutely ridiculous. It just makes Brand so strong now. Then more. I play the one Run Room and Gungle.
Okay.
I think I might actually want to play 2 of the Gungle, just because if I'm playing against Kashtira and they go to rip this one instead of Guardian Chimera out of my extra deck.
Okay.
I want to have the second one just so I can always use Fusion Deploy and get Blazing Cartesia if I need it.
Oh yes, I see.
So that's something I can put in. I also play Guardian Chimera as well.
Yep. The busted card.
Got the 2 Despias to summon off a Gongo, so quarters of Proskinen, depending on what I feel at the moment.
Okay.
You got the Drake Sapelia, Brigand that you sent off of Mirror Jade to grab the Tribal Raid Hand Trap. Got Garura that you can send off of. You can send off of the Gungle to get the draw. And then, of course, if you do a fusion, usually
Super
I don't
Poly.
actually I don't play Super Poly. So
Oh, okay, interesting.
yeah, so it's more there just dump with the card effect or just a random fusion I might make. And then the last one's kind of just a time one card.
Yes.
Masquerade Tax Dragon.
We all know. Yeah, the tax man.
You look at the card, you make a board of pretty good interaction. Plus, you put a tax dragon on the field. That's your time win condition because they have to play through the Masquerade Dragon. And
Yeah,
the
and I mean, if there's a bunch of other interruptions, Masquerade's not really the first thing they have to want to get rid of.
And then my side is super straightforward. I'm not playing anything super wild. Evenly match, board break. You got the Dimensional Barrier for mirror match or just other good matchups. We got the triple, so I don't main deck the Nibiru, but I do side it. I just think you see this against a cash player and it's just a free win.
Yeah.
There's a light that you can fuse with, so that's super, super solid. This is a really good card to play against both Math Mech or just any decks that search out a set card that's super powerful. You got the Denko set.
Yes, the criminal right here.
In the mirror match, you shut down the Brandon Red, they said at the end of the turn. Because a lot of times, they'll go Masquerade, a Mirror Jade Dragon effect on their turn, and then they're planning on resetting the Mirror Jade effect on your turn with their Brandon Red, but they're waiting for you to establish a board. So
Right.
the first thing you do is just summon Dangle Sekka, and their Brandon Red, Ad Libitum, Mirror Jade are just all useless now.
So, and this card also, I assume, is probably just good against trap decks in general.
Oh yeah, and trap decks too. Yeah, trap tricks,
Labyrinth,
it helps with those matchups too. And then kind of just more so this is more sideboard for what I thought I might be facing today, but it could be changed up here. So Harpist for more backer removal, and then this is kind of just flu.
Yes.
You can send Necro World actually off of Brand Fusion, and then set the Zombie World to kind of just beat flu. But I think these could be literally anything else.
Okay.
I was thinking of playing the one of Aqua Neos and this extra deck, so I can fusion deployment Aqua Dolphin, when I know in games 2 or 3 when I'm going first, and then that can rip out hand traps and rip out Ash Blossom. I didn't play it for this event just because I wanted to see how well the deck can still play through Ash Blossom if it didn't have those pieces. And the deck is you have to get your Allure Darknesses, you have to set the board properly, but you can definitely make a decent board through Ash Blossom on your Branded Fusion. And that was the whole entire idea I had behind the deck. Just beat Branded Fusion, or beat Ash Blossom on Branded Fusion, and if not, you're just the best deck of the format.
Perfect. Well, I'm glad that you got that top, and deck is sick, best deck of the format.
I think so.
Yeah, perfect. Alrighty. Well, thank you. Shout outs to Alberta.
Alberta boys.
Yeah, okay.